Zaude said Ethiopia believed that there is no better alternative for African economic integration other than the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. President Sahlawork Zaude said the above in Kigali, Rwanda, where she was attending the 7th Annual Africa CEO Forum 2019. Multiple countries, including top African CEOs, are taking part in the forum, which focuses on the roles of leaders and the private sectors in the economic integration of African. She said there is no other choice for Ethiopia other than approving the ratification of agreements in order to realize economic integration of the continent. It is to be recalled that the House of People's Representatives has approved the proclamation for the ratification of African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement on March 21. President Sahlawork also held discussion with President Paul Kagame on bilateral relations on the sidelines of the forum. Vice Speaker of the House of People's Representatives called on the media to properly discharge their professional and citizenship responsibilities. The House has held discussion with the media professionals, owners of media houses, and members of the Standing Committee. Lata Teresa has more on this.
The House of People's Representatives has held discussion with media houses. Speaking on the event, Deputy Speaker of the House of People's Representatives, Shitaminali, stated that the objective of the discussion is to enable the public access to fact and exact information, within the limitations observed while media houses report about works of the House. She said media should play their role in reporting about the work of the House of People's Representatives through distributing exact information to the society. It is important to report about the House's working information in a balanced way and with accuracy. It has to reach the public this way. Media should play their role in this regard. During the discussion, a paper entitled as Media Freedom and Democracy in the Society has been presented. In the paper, it was stated that the House of People's Representatives has the mandate to facilitate situations for media to strengthen its role. It was also depicted in the paper that the necessity of supervision and follow-up is to prevent the impact of media reporting on the public and implementation of laws. It has also been stated that media houses have to work through respecting media laws and journalistic principles. Some participants of the event have raised ranges of questions and ideas.
There are members of the parliament who deny to give us information. There is a gap of providing accurate information to the society because media houses fail to report about the meetings of the House, attending all events from its start to end.
I think such media doesn't concern or care about this country. Journalists should report balanced information with care. The Deputy Speaker, while responding to the raised questions, urged media to work with responsible sense. She said the House is ready to provide the necessary information to media.
Danish Crown Princess lauds Ethiopian government's efforts in reducing maternal mortality. Crown Princess Mary Elizabeth of Denmark, who visited the new Michu Fertility and Clinic, appreciated the government's efforts in decreasing maternal mortality rate by providing better care for women and family planning. The Crown Princess toured the center where state-of-the-art equipment is fitted to provide better health services to mothers. She praised the ongoing developments in the health sector of the country, especially family planning services and works on reducing mothers and children mortality. The delegation with the Crown Princess was reportedly excited by the service given at the clinic. They expressed the importance of girls and women participation in the health as well as political affairs of the country. Michu Clinic founder Dr. Sanait Fissa said, Denmark is a good development partner of Ethiopia in enhancing health sectors of the country. Denmark is supporting 20 million Danish crowns to internally displaced people in Somali regional state for getting better access to reproductive health services, to us learned. The Federal Attorney General said it's working with the Embassy of the Netherlands on building capacity of experts in this sector. Mekelle and Amsterdam University support the program through offering relevant trainings to experts. Here is Fakadu Brano for the detail.
The Federal Attorney General is working with Embassy of Netherlands on capacity building of experts of justice sector in collaboration with Mekelle, Oromia State University and Amsterdam University. Accordingly, Mekelle University and Amsterdam University will offer training for experts of the Federal Supreme Court and Attorney General, whereas the Oromia State University in collaboration with Amsterdam University will give the training for experts of the Oromia Supreme Court and Attorney General. It is said that 150 legal professionals will get chance in the first phase of the training from both sectors. The Federal Attorney General Branus Agai said they have been working with different institutions and foreign universities to improve justice system of the country.
This project is unique in its kind. It is both federal and regional projects. In the past 20 years, the regions couldn't get such opportunity to participate in such projects. The project will participate experts from all regions. However, today we launch the project which can engage the experts of the Oromia region.
He adds that the remaining regions will also participate in the program by fulfilling the criteria needed from them. Ambassador of Netherlands to Ethiopia, Benget Van, for his part underscored that his country supports the reforms being undertaken by Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed to sustain the long-standing relationships of the two countries.
The Netherlands to support you in the capacity building for the Ethiopian justice sector in this country.
President of the Oromia Supreme Court, Dasa Bulcha, noted that the program includes short-term training and second-degree programs, adding that the program is crucial to capacitate experts of courts so as to give quality and swift services.
We believe that such capacity building program is very important. So implementing the project has great meaning for our court. It can also play a great role in the reform work is undergoing in the sector.
The Oromia Attorney General Tashoma Girma, for his part, stated that they have been working with due attention to reform the sector as well as to increase capacity of the experts. He added that besides the training, the project is very important to exchange experiences. Mekelle and Oromia State University have also expressed their readiness to actively participate in the program, expressing they have finalized every precondition to start the program.
Ethiopia launched the second national electrification program. The program is expected to consume over 6 billion USD. Aklilu Gabru brings us the detail.
Second round Ethiopia's electrification program has been launched at national level under the theme Lighting to All. Minister of Water, Irrigation and Energy Dr. Engineer Sleshi Bekele on the event said that the symposium was organized to evaluate performance of the first round program and to raise funds and then to improve policies.
We are working with maximum speed and quality to electrify rural areas and change the life standard of our society.
Sleshi added that alternative solar and wind energy sources were given emphasis in the second round electrification program. Sleshi had to say the following about sort of the finance.
$6 billion
$6 billion USD is needed for the program, which is planned to be gained from users, government, international donors, and from loan.
Director General of the Ethiopian Electric Utility, Shifarao Talila, said that works are underway to sustainably mitigate electric interruption problem.
The ever-increasing electric demand, lack of know-how, and finance were sources of the problem. But now we have implemented new work procedure to solve the problem.
World Bank also expressed its readiness to support the program.
Scholars from Addis Ababa University said the coming into power of Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has benefited not only Ethiopia, but also the rest of Africa, especially the Horn. Olma Baine has a story.
March 27, 2018 was a special day in the history of Ethiopian politics, especially for Oromo people, because it was a day that Oromo's struggle had got answer. That day, Dr. Abiy Ahmed was elected as chairperson of Ethiopian People Revolutionary Democratic Front from Oromo Democratic Party.
waan gaarii tokko
That day was a bright day for our nation. Personally, I was very happy that day.
April 2, 2018, the House of People Representatives appointed Dr. Abiy Ahmed as Prime Minister of the country. The Premier has reformed many institutions and sectors so as to answer public questions that have been asked for many years. He has also done remarkable jobs in improving diplomatic relations of neighboring countries and others. Long-lasting Ethio-Eritrean dispute was also successfully solved after Dr. Abiy Ahmed has come to power. The scholars said that the Premier has been striving to strengthen the relation of Horn of African countries.
quunnamtii dippiloomaasii biyya keessaa dalaganii booda
What the Premier has been doing is not only tying the neighboring countries, but also strengthening the entire Horn of Africa.
The scholars also appreciated the strategies that the Premier has been applying, especially in terms of diplomacy.
Yoo nageenyi jiraate biyyoonni akka Ameerikaa, biyyoonni akka Awurooppaa kuni
If there is a peace and security in our country, it is obvious that developed countries turn their face towards us. So what the Prime Minister has been doing is really correct.
They have also raised the diplomatic relations that the Premier has made with Middle East countries.
Jechuma isaan jedhan san irraa deebi'u.
Let me repeat what the Premier says so far. How can we keep peace and security of our citizens in Middle East countries without having strong relation with them? For me, this is really the best strategy.
The news comes to you live from Oromia Broadcasting Network's main studio found in Adama. Let's proceed to the remaining one. The Ethiopia Investment Commission announced that the reform in Ethiopia has been instrumental in improving foreign direct investments. Lata Teresa has the detail.
Investment Commissioner Abebe Abebayo told Ethiopian news agency that foreign direct investment in the country has been growing effectively during the last 4 years, reaching $4 billion in 2018. Recently, huge number of new investment interests has come from France, and about 80 Emirati investors are attracted by opportunities in Ethiopia, he revealed. According to him, the multi-sectoral reform in Ethiopia is catching the attention of investors who are bringing in huge amount of foreign direct investment. Furthermore, the strengthening of diplomatic relations with several countries in the past month is among the reasons for the improvements made in the inflow of foreign direct investment. The decisions by the government to privatize huge state-owned companies, introduction of institutional reforms, and inauguration of newly constructed industrial parks are the other main reasons for the attraction, Ababe pointed out. The recently inaugurated Dabra Burhan Industrial Park is reportedly 75% leased to investors, while Adama is fully occupied. Ababe said previously many investors came from Asian countries and Turkey, but now investors from Americas and Europe are also showing interest to invest in Ethiopia. The government of Ethiopia has recently established a steering committee led by the Prime Minister to further increase the inflow of foreign direct investment by tackling challenges and facilitating the process to exploit the opportunities it was learned. Ababe said simplifying the import-export process, strengthening one-stop services, industrial parks, improving the customs process, and facilitating situations for the investors are the activities being carried out by the committee.
የኢንቨስትመንት ህጋችን ራሱ
We've established a task force to review our investment law. If we fill the gap on the investment law, we believe this will also be the other attraction for flow of FDI in the coming years.
That's all for this news edition. Thank you for watching and have a nice time with the remaining OBN's programs.